The Dark Universe.
Yo, what's happening? It's Beats by E, Dark Matters Music Group, coming at you with another quick tutorial. Real important here. What this is the Waves loudness meter. And the reason that you need this is to make sure that your media, your content, your music, beats, whatever, is at the proper, loudness, decibel. So how this works, first of all, it's a plugin from Waves. Again, it's the Waves loudness meter stereo. They also have a mono version. Here, I had that wrong. So at the bottom, at the very end of your effects chain, you want this to be the last thing. And basically you need this because with all the content and media, as you can see, we're moving into the digital and streaming era. Basically what this is going to do is, first of all, make sure that your track is loud enough. You don't want it to be too quiet and someone else's track is way louder. We typically think that something sounds better or is better if it's louder, if we can hear it more, and that is the case most of the time. For example, your kick or your 808, you want that to hit, you want that to smack. You know what I'm saying? You don't want it to be no soft ass shit that you can barely hear that ain't doing nothing. But the flip side of that is you don't want it too loud, because if your music, whatever it is that you're uploading, is too loud, whatever platform you're uploading it to, whether it's Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, to name a few, if it's too loud, what they're going to do is put their own limiter on it. So that's going to potentially change your music. You know what I'm saying? If you finish with your masterpiece, it's mixed and mastered. You don't want someone, or not even someone, basically an algorithm or a computer to basically then edit and modify your masterpiece by slapping a limiter on it. It's going to change it. That's why you need the loudness meter, because it can't be too loud, but it can't be too quiet. It has to be basically perfect. And the standard today, specifically for Spotify, is actually -14. So this is your target. This is what you're shooting for. You want it to be -14. Your true peak max, that's basically like the loudness when converting it from analog to digital. So your true peak should be on -1, and you can actually toggle the switch on and off right here. This is the true peak limiter. Also, the reason why I like this plugin is because it has an additional gain right here built into the plugin, so you don't necessarily have to mess with your faders, adjust too much stuff. Okay, so how this plugin works, the units that it uses are called LUFS, and what that stands for is loudness units full scale. So that's just the loudness units that they use to measure the loudness of the track. And as you can see, the long term, this is going to be long term, self-explanatory. It's the entirety of your media or of your track of your music from start to finish. So in order to get an accurate long term when you're using this plugin and potentially any other loudness meters, you want to play your content from the beginning to the end. What this is going to do, the long term, is take the whole track and then come up with your long term LUFS. Now the range, which is here, is also in loudness units, and basically what the range is the difference between the loudest part of your track and the quietest part of your track. In a perfect world, if it's an instrumental and it's something like that, you don't want that to be varying too much. I mean, unless you have a quiet part of the track, then it builds up or something like that, but typically you don't want that too much. There are exceptions, like there are exceptions for everything, but you would put this on your master channel at the end of your effects chain. I'll see I have the true peak on, so let's go ahead and play it and see if we can get this right on target. As you can see right here, it's too loud. So what we want to do, now you can see that it was too loud. I stopped it. Now there's several things you can do. You can go ahead and grab the fader and slide it down, or adjust all your faders, but I feel like I've done that already. So the good thing about this plugin is I can go ahead and adjust it here on the gain knob that's built in. as you can see, my long term was there, but because I had it so loud when I first started, that's why the long term isn't going where it should be. So what you could do is, once you think that you have everything right, go ahead and just reset that, and then we'll just take it from the top and see if we are in range. And again, -14, that's for Spotify. So, you know, that's like the industry standard. Spotify, Apple Music. I think YouTube is -13, but to be on the safe side, you know, just -14. And again, the reason why you want to make sure that your track is not too loud is because they will then put a limiter on your media, and you don't want, especially an algorithm or something, altering your masterpiece that you made, that you put, you know, a lot of time and effort in. You want to deliver it to the masses how you intended it to be, you know, something along those lines. All right, so let's try this again. And as you can see, we're there. The short term is a -14, the long term is -14. So that track, as far as the loudness goes, is basically industry standard, going by Spotify and stuff like that. And again, you know, it's inevitable. Like, it's just, you know, something that you have to deal with these days, being that, you know, everything is moving towards the digital streaming age. You just have to adjust, evolve, you know, with the times. I mean, obviously, this is, you know, part of the mixing and mastering and, you know, the finishing stages of the track, but still, it is a very important, because let's say people are trying to decide on picking your beat over someone else's, your track over someone else's, whatever. They play them both, and one's super loud and super clear and sounds good, it's perfect, and then yours comes on and it's either too loud, blowing speakers, or not loud enough, like can barely hear it, like hearing more noise than anything. You know, that's going to be a huge deciding factor. And again, this is stuff that you need to know if you're trying to, you know, get into media in any kind of way, either making beats, rapping, singing, producing, you know, anything along those lines, even making videos, YouTube videos, etc. This is something that you need to know. This plugin also has a lot of presets built in. I haven't really looked into any of these yet. So like I said, I just go ahead and do everything myself, but there is a lot of useful stuff in here, like True Peak. We went over that. You got the gain, you know, different meters here, True Peak, momentary. Also have filters, high pass filters, low pass filters. You know, there's a lot of stuff in here that you can do. And there is a way to actually make a graph. You know, I'm not going to go into that because I don't really use that feature. But if that's something that you need, something that's important, you can like export a graph. Let me see. Like I said, this is something that you need to know, that you need to get familiar with, especially in this new digital and streaming era. And you don't want to basically have to pay someone every time you want to do anything, etc. You know, it's not that hard. It's simple. You just have to get familiar with it, use it a few times, and then it becomes second nature, just like anything else. You don't have to pay someone to do stuff for you all the time. You need to be self-sufficient. So again, Loudness meter, This is the Waves Loudness Meter Plus stereo. They also have a mono one that I think I have here. Yeah, mono, and I'm sure there's other. I have a few other ones. I don't feel like digging in all these plugins to get to them. But again, if you learned anything from this video, please like and subscribe, share. You know what I mean? I am going to be bringing some more content, you know, stuff that's important, stuff that you need to know to take it to the next level. Like I said, also reach out if you guys are interested in any plugins for mixing and mastering, and I'm the plug on that. You know what I mean? Anything like you know, a Massive or Contact or Nexus, Auto Tune, Waves Tune, Omnisphere. No, you need that Omni. Woo! Ah. Yeah, that Omni the truth. But